People of YouTube, this is Gray's Guitars. I am Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today we are talking about the Epiphone 61 Les Paul SG. So, for those of you that don't know, when Gibson initially released the SG way back in the 60s, it was actually called the Les Paul until the actual Les Paul got annoyed by the name, didn't want his name associated with it, so they changed it to something else. So now Epiphone is paying tribute to that right here. So Epiphone plays tribute to the first ever SG model with burst bucker equipped 61 Les Paul SG standard. The throwback model, made in collaboration with the Gibson Custom Shop, features faithful visual and hardware appointments with some custom modern refinements. Epiphone has unveiled the 1961 Les Paul SG Standard, a new addition to its lineup of electric guitars that plays tribute to the first SG model ever created. Carrying the same Les Paul name that was first attached to the original six-string before, it was promptly removed and swapped out for SG solid guitar. The new Epiphone, at least visually, aims to be for a like-for-like recreation of its Gibson counterpart. A quick aesthetic appraisal shows the half-sized 5-ply pickguard, black top hat with inserted control knobs, as well as a cream toggle tip switch, black switch washer, vintage SQ Epiphone Deluxe double ring tuners. Available in either age 60s cherry or classic white, the 61 Les Paul SG Standard further tips its hat to the forebearer with the pearloid trapezoid mother of toilet seat inlays, cream neck binding, and model appropriate hardware such as a lock two-tone Matic bridge, lock tone stop bar and tailpiece, which is always nice to have locking hardware. The white one looks pretty nice. In terms of build, it features a two-piece mahogany body as opposed to the one-piece body of the Gibson, which is paired with a one-piece slim taper C-profile neck, 12-inch radius, Laurel fretboard, no rosewood here, 22 medium jumbo frets, a Graphtec nut. 60-era Kalamazoo headstocks finished with mother of pearl Gibson crown and Epiphone logo lines up along with a two-way adjustable truss rod. That's nice, having a double adjusting truss rod. Bell-shaped truss rod cover that carves the period-accurate Les Paul transcription. Perhaps the most intriguing appointment, though, occurs in the pickup department, whereas the usual SG features an Alnico Classic Pros, the 61 Standard up to the ante and comes with the Gibson Burst Bucker humbuckers. These are wires to a control circuit comprising of CTS pots, Malmary capacitors, which in turn dictate a pair of volume knobs, two-tone potentiometers. The Epiphone 1961 Les Paul SG is available now for $849. Find out more at the Epiphone website. Yeah, you can hear me cringing at the price of this thing. So, I like this idea. I think it's a cool guitar, but as I think I mentioned before in a few of my Epiphone videos, they're really pricing out the middleman here. In my opinion, most guitar players, whether they're seasoned off or expert level, a lot of them don't spend more than $500 on a guitar. And keep in mind, a lot of them aren't buying used gear like myself. I go out of my way to buy used gear just for affordability. Actually, locally, I'm debating about buying an Epiphone Prophecy SG, although it's not the color I want. It is $630. And if we go to the Prophecy series here, the SG, they are retailing brand new. They're $899, and they just came out last year. So I brought up the different SGs. I want to take a look at the specs compared to the regular 61 Standard, and just show you, kind of the differences. So let's move this here. So this is the regular SG. They call it a 61 SG. It's only available in one finish. Something you're going to notice right away is this terrible veneer. Something I really, really hate on Epiphone SGs is just because of the hard wood contrast, especially on the horns. That was the one thing that stopped me from buying the Vibrola one, where it is, $50 more expensive for the Vibrola. But I guess you could add a Vibrola to the new one. So let's just compare the specs. We've kind of gone through them a little bit. So here's your white finish as well. Now they both have binding, both Laurel fretboard, both have a Graph-Tack nut. I'm going to actually keep the new one white, just so you don't get confused here with the specs. Now, let's start with the body. So the body material is a two-piece solid mahogany body. Now that is important because this is not a two-piece solid mahogany body. This is a mahogany body, multiple pieces with a mahogany veneer. I believe it goes front and back. Is there a way to turn this? No, they're not going to let me flip this bad boy around. But typically, yeah, there's a veneer on the back. So this is just body shape, body material, mahogany. It doesn't tell you how many pieces of wood it is. So that's a little bit of a premium right there. Now moving on to the neck. This neck, I believe, has, like most Epiphones, has a scarf joint and a heel joint, as opposed to this bad boy, which, with that 1959 reissue, they made one-piece mahogany neck. So you're not getting a multiple-piece neck. Now, the scale length is the same. This is a slim taper. They're calling this a slim taper C, so the neck might be a little bit different. You're still getting the Indian Laurel, so no rosewood. You are getting the 12-inch radius. Medium jumbo. Both have Graph-Tack nuts. Both have the CTS pots. Glued-in set neck, both of them are going to have. Epiphone logo is going to be, the only difference is SG versus, I don't think this one even has a logo up top. It doesn't. This one doesn't even have SG as opposed to this one. There's your Les Paul right there on the SG. Finish, all nickel tunematic. Finish, nickel tunematic. The tuners are literally the same exact things. 5-ply, this also has the two-way truss rod. Does this have a two-way truss rod? Let's see. Electronics, miscellaneous. This does not specify a two-way truss rod, so I'm guessing this does not have a two-way truss rod, because I assume it would specify it if it did. So this is probably just your regular one-way truss rod. Then we get to the electronics, which are your Pro Bucker 2 Epiphone pickups. Then we get to the electronics here. Gibson Burst Bucker 2 and 3, Switchcraft, CTS. I believe, yeah, this is also CTS electronics. So that is the question. To you, is it worth the extra $300 to get a one-piece neck, two-piece body Epiphone with Gibson Burst Bucker pickups, a little bit more premium electronics? That's the difference. That's the $300 difference. Do I think it's worth that $300 difference? To me personally, no. I don't know. Well, let's see what Gibson Burst Buckers are just going for by themselves. See, Gibson Burst Bucker Pro. Nope, sorry. 2 and 3 set. Let's see what a set of these bad boys is going for right now. All right, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, so a set of these going for about $200 or so, $150, $200. So yeah, I guess that is technically going to be worth the premium with the different wood types. So I get the pricing point. Do I think it's as I said, do I think it's pricing the average Joes out of the market? A little bit. Let's see what a Gibson SG is going for, just for the heck of it. Because it's been a while since I've looked at the price of these things new. I hope I don't get a used one right off the bat. So, yeah, I mean, you can get like a vintage Tribute off of Sweetwater. So, I mean, it's not as nice. You don't have the binding or the trapezoid inlays. You can get a Raven limited edition for around $1,000. So, I mean, for a couple $100 more, we're getting in Gibson territory, and that just kind of scares me, I'm going to be honest with you, because I personally think any Epiphone guitar really shouldn't be more than $500 when you're getting to the point of getting low-end Gibsons. It's like, why would you not just buy the USA guitar? Because theoretically it should be a better guitar. It may not look as pretty, as I said, you get something like the SD Tribute Vintage with the dot inlays, but you can get something like a special run from Guitar Center right around $1,000. I mean, let's see, what else we got here? Used wise, yeah. I mean, you can get a used one for a little over for $1,200. Here's one right here, off of Reverb. I believe this is used, $829. So here's an even better deal. This is an SG Special. Yes, I know it's not a standard, but it's getting to the point where it's just pricing people out of the market. Not to mention, if we just compare it to the Prophecy specs, honestly, if you're a classic guy, yeah, sure. But for an extra $50, I mean, 24 frets, Fishman Fluence pickups. Look at that beautiful blue finish. A little bit more fancy binding, fancier logo. Yeah, for me, this would be a no-brainer. I would definitely go for the Prophecy SG over the 61 SG Les Paul SG Standard in a heartbeat. But it's kind of scary when we're getting to the point where these Indonesian guitars, these Chinese guitars, these Korean guitars, all these foreign guitars, minus Japan, because Japan is its own separate thing, they are definitely worth the price point. They are as good, if not better, in certain models than American-made guitars, Japanese guitars, in my opinion. But it's just getting to the point where it's like, why would I spend $1,000, on a Epiphone when for a couple $100 more, I can just go pick up a Gibson, right here. As I said, $1,200, Gibson SD Tribute. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have all the frills, but it still has Gibson pickups, still built in the USA. Yeah, it's getting scary. So I'll just leave it at that. Yes, this is a cool guitar. I'm not going to deny that it's a cool guitar, because I like it. If I get, my local guitar center ends up having one, I'll definitely pick up the thing and play it for a while. But it's just getting to a point where I don't see the point. I might do a separate video on that too, of what's the point of buying made in Korea, Indonesia, China, anything other than the US or Japan guitar, when you can get a lower end USA made guitar for the same price point. I don't know if it's a cost production thing. The cost of things are going up in those other countries. But yeah, I guess we'll just leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts about this bad boy in the comments down below. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment what you want to see for future guitar and music related videos. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.